Hey, adrenaline junkies. Welcome to Adrenaline Pursuit. Today we're kicking off a brand new series featuring people who messed with the wrong cops. Every reckless decision leads to instant consequences. Buckle up, and let's roll. On November 28, 2023, Trooper Garrett Bird with the Arkansas State Police spotted a white Chevrolet Impala traveling over 90 miles per hour on Interstate 40 near the Hernando de Soto Bridge. When the trooper attempted to stop, the sedan continued weaving through traffic at high speeds. The pursuit quickly escalated as the Impala raced across the bridge at speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour, while the driver repeatedly ignored emergency lights and sirens behind him.
Go ahead.
As the Impala continued speeding across the bridge, the trooper finally executed a TVI at the 284-mile marker. The maneuver caused the sedan to lose control and slam into the concrete divider before stopping in the inside lane.
Let me see your hands. Get out. Keep your hands up or I'll shoot you. Keep your hands up. Keep your hands up. Turn around. Turn around. Walk back to me.
Driver Michael Markey McCall was later taken into custody. Officers discovered a strong odor of alcohol and an open Colt 45 beer can inside the vehicle before McCall was booked on multiple charges related to felony fleeing and DWI.
In the car. That's all.
You got a what in the car?
A beer?
Yeah, he's drunk.
Okay. No, I'm not drunk. I am not drunk. I'm not drunk.
On March 8, 2024, at approximately 10:35 a.m., Trooper Weatherly with the Arkansas State Police attempted to stop a white Chevrolet Cruze on Highway 365 in Maumelle after discovering the vehicle was displaying fictitious tags. Once emergency lights and sirens were activated, the sedan immediately accelerated away from the Razorback Pizza parking lot. The trooper quickly attempted an initial TVI, but it was unsuccessful as the Cruze continued fleeing northbound on Highway 365 at speeds exceeding 85 miles per hour. During the pursuit, the suspect repeatedly crossed through a gore area and nearly struck a civilian vehicle head-on in the opposing lane. A second TVI attempt also failed before the crews lost control while turning onto Quinn Road, crashing through a ditch and slamming into a small tree in the front yard of a nearby residence.
Dude, I'll tase you, bro. I'll tase you. You better get on the ground right now. Get on the ground.
Driver Kent Kramer and passenger Jeffrey Miner were taken into custody at the scene. Officers later discovered methamphetamine and a glass pipe inside the vehicle before Kramer faced multiple charges related to fleeing, drugs, and fictitious tags.
Come here.
God damn it. God damn it.
If y'all hold cover, I'll cuff. Put your hands behind your back, moron.
Hello.
Here. Yeah.
An officer with the Pine Bluff Police Department became involved in a pursuit after a suspect fled from a routine traffic stop in Pine Bluff. The vehicle quickly sped westbound on 2nd Avenue at high speeds.
Coming up and taking to University, disregarding other traffic, reckless driving, condition good, dry roads, light traffic. Suspect still traffic west, coming up. Taking a flag. Read the park. 90 miles.
While approaching the railroad tracks near Pitts Road, the officer attempted to continue the chase but lost control and crashed the patrol vehicle beside the roadway. Fortunately, the officer suffered only minor injuries.
We got 643 is 10-4. Oh, that's one blood show. 10-36. We're going to be going on Barracue. Westbound Barracue to Foster. There's going to be a white Dodge Charger. Each one is primary, I'm secondary. Let Pine Bluff know we got their car.
The Arkansas State Police later joined the pursuit and quickly executed a successful PIT maneuver, causing the fleeing vehicle to lose control and come to a stop.
TBI. 1016. Start us at 1016.
After the suspect was taken into custody, authorities discovered firearms and drugs inside the vehicle. Electric crews later responded to repair a damaged light pole caused during the pursuit.
Is anybody in the car with you? Sir. What is your problem? Huh?
No, weed in the car.
Wow. Major malfunction. Hands behind your back. That was pretty stupid, homie.
On May 4th, 2026, a trooper with the Arkansas State Police spotted a gray Dodge Charger traveling over 110 miles per hour on Interstate 430 without headlights. When the trooper attempted to stop, the sedan immediately fled onto Stagecoach Road at speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour.
Continue west on this line.
The pursuit quickly escalated as the Charger repeatedly entered oncoming traffic and nearly struck multiple civilian vehicles, while troopers attempted several unsuccessful TVIs. Turn it back around to the exit. As the chase returned to Stagecoach Road at nearly 130 miles per hour, a trooper finally delivered a successful, decisive TVI, causing the Charger to spin sideways across the roadway.
91 on second, I'll call it.
Trooper Loftus then immediately pinned the vehicle from the front and completely immobilized it.
Put your fucking hands up! We got a TV out. We're doing a takedown. Don't you fucking...
Driver Flores and passenger Casio were later taken into custody following a felony stop. Flores faced multiple felony charges related to aggravated assault, felony fleeing, and DUI after the extremely dangerous overnight pursuit through Pulaski County.
Walk back! Keep walking back!
On May 1st, 2026, at approximately 11:44 p.m., a pursuit was initiated after 55-year-old Mark Holt fled from a traffic stop conducted by the Arkansas State Parks on AR Highway 74 near Devil's Den State Park. Additional units quickly joined the chase after confirming Holt had an active warrant.
Wait till up here where there's a big opening.
The pursuit continued onto Bunyard Road, a narrow county road filled with sharp curves, while Holt repeatedly drove down the middle of the roadway and crossed into opposing lanes, even at speeds between 30 and 45 miles per hour. After nearly 13 miles, a trooper with the Arkansas State Police performed a successful TVY near Bunyard Road, sending the Ford Ranger into a roadside ditch. Holt immediately bailed out and ran roughly 75 yards before tripping and surrendering. During a search of the pickup, officers discovered methamphetamine, marijuana, glass pipes, multiple scales, and a large amount of cash before Holt and passenger Jessica Smith were both taken into custody.
You're okay though? No, just way back here. His own fault, he shouldn't have ran.
Hey, are you okay?
At approximately 11:20 a.m. on April 29, 2024, a black Dodge Charger was observed on I-275, traveling over 110 miles per hour in a 60 miles per hour zone. Once a unit got behind it, the driver escalated immediately, aggressively weaving across all lanes and pushing through traffic with extreme disregard for safety. When a traffic stop was initiated, the Charger surged past 130 miles per hour, reaching speeds near 150 miles per hour, pulling away while using the shoulder to pass vehicles. The vehicle later exited the interstate onto South Lois Avenue, ran a red light, and continued fleeing into a congested urban area. The situation turned chaotic when the suspect drove into oncoming lanes and attempted to squeeze between a box truck and a sedan, colliding with both. As the vehicle slowed and became unstable, the pursuing unit closed distance and executed a precise pit maneuver to the rear. The Charger immediately rotated, spun out, and came to a stop in the roadway. The occupants fled on foot in separate directions, prompting an immediate perimeter. A K-9 unit quickly located the driver hiding inside a garbage can nearby. This incident highlights that even at extreme speeds, control can be lost in an instant. And when a pit is executed at the right moment, escape ends just as quickly.
Can you call 911 for me, please? Thank you.
Rewind the sequence. Speed pushed to the limit, constant pressure and small errors stacking up. Once control starts to break, a well-timed pit is all it takes to end it. Not a single moment, but the result of sustained breakdown until recovery is no longer possible. On June 7, 2025 in Rutherford County, an urgent alert was issued. An armed robbery suspect was on the run. Units were quickly deployed, and the situation escalated almost immediately. The pursuit began as a silver vehicle sped through busy streets at high speed. Escape routes were systematically shut down while radio traffic continuously updated movements. Reports of gunfire near a railroad area significantly elevated the threat, forcing multiple key roads into lockdown. The situation intensified as the suspect moved into a maritime district. Radio traffic surged as EMS, fire, and law enforcement units converged.
Police, fire, EMS. Sorry, emergency. This is Amanda. Do you need police, fire, EMS? All right, I am to help. I am updating your location so I can see exactly where you are. Okay, I do have you on a Tennessee River.
Shortly after, the suspect abandoned the vehicle, fled on foot, and barricaded inside a building. SWAT established a perimeter and opted for controlled tactics and negotiation rather than a direct assault. The suspect was ultimately taken into custody without further injuries. The outcome highlights a critical point. In the most volatile situations, control and composure, not speed or force, determine how it ends. At approximately 1913 on May 10, 2021, the vehicle initially stopped for a check but suddenly accelerated and fled, refusing to comply. The sedan quickly created distance, leading to a prolonged high-speed pursuit. After some distance, aggressive control inputs at high speed caused the vehicle to lose stability. It veered off the roadway and drove straight into an open dirt area, where traction was nearly non-existent on the soft surface.
Down the hill, taking Roosevelt, 30 West.
Freeway, you guys are now 1053 for item 37, 1037, taking Roosevelt from 30 West.
Seizing the moment, the pursuing trooper closed in and delivered a strong pit maneuver to the rear. The impact on the loose terrain effectively locked the vehicle in place. Even as it stopped, the wheels kept spinning, throwing water and mud in place with no traction. Moments later, units moved in quickly, weapons drawn, issuing clear commands for the suspect to exit. The driver was taken into custody within seconds with no opportunity to resist or continue fleeing.
Oh, they on you? Okay, I'm in. All right, go put your hands behind your back for me, okay?
Around 8:25 p.m. on Wednesday in Niles, a trooper stopped a red Kaya for a broken brake light. But a routine check quickly escalated when the driver, Joshua Ringel, 32, was found to have an active warrant and began resisting officers.
Get out of the crowd!
As deputies attempted to restrain him and deployed a taser, the situation spiraled. Ringel suddenly pulled out a firearm, jumped back into the car, and sped off, triggering a high-speed pursuit toward Indiana with sirens screaming behind him.
Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Drop the fucking gun! Drop the fucking gun right now! Drop it! Drop the gun!
Testing now, over.
By around 8:40 p.m. in South Bend, as officers prepared spike strips, the fleeing vehicle slammed into a patrol car. The impact brought everything to a sudden halt, but only for a moment as Ringel bailed out and ran toward the St. Joseph River. A large-scale search unfolded in the dark. Drones, K-9 units, and SWAT combed the riverbank until he was found deceased at the base of the embankment. There was no pit, no tactical stop, just a chain of escalating decisions that ended in an irreversible outcome.
Look at that guy, gunpoint!
What at gunpoint?
Officer down,
Officer down.
On February 6, 2022 in Catoosa County, authorities received reports that a stolen police SUV from Chattanooga had crossed state lines onto Interstate 75. Units quickly set up along GA 151, and when the vehicle appeared, it was immediately identified as the stolen unit. Without hesitation, the driver accelerated southbound at extreme speeds. The SUV weaved aggressively between lanes, hugging the shoulder as the tires screeched for grip. Tension escalated further when officers learned a rifle was inside the vehicle, raising the stakes of every second in the pursuit. At one narrow section, a trooper attempted a quick pit, briefly kicking the SUV sideways, but the driver recovered and kept going. As traffic ahead began to clear, the opportunity to end it emerged. A trooper closed in from the rear left, maintaining a tight gap before decisively executing pit. The precise impact sent the rear of the SUV swinging out, spinning across multiple lanes before sliding to a stop on the shoulder. The door flew open and the suspect, Christopher Edward Parker, ran into a nearby wooded area. But the escape was short-lived. K-9 units quickly tracked him down and he was taken into custody. No injuries were reported, reinforcing a clear lesson. The more reckless the escape, the more inevitable the outcome.
Watch him, watch him. We got him. We got him. We got him.
Hey, just like that, don't
You got it. Good job.
After being spotted, the stolen Dodge Charger immediately accelerated and fled, triggering a high-speed pursuit. The car surged forward aggressively, cutting between lanes, squeezing through traffic, and trying to shake the patrol units closing in behind. The chase stretched on, speed climbing as both sides pushed the limits. The Charger swayed under sharp lane changes, tires fighting for grip, yet it kept moving. Meanwhile, officers held formation, staying patient and waiting for the right moment to act. When traffic ahead finally began to thin and the distance was fully closed, the opportunity came. One unit moved in from behind, lined it up, and executed pit. The precise contact broke the car's balance. The rear swung out, the vehicle spun across the roadway and came to a stop. The moment it stopped, Kamari Jackson and his accomplices bailed out and ran, but were quickly caught after a short foot chase. In a separate incident, Shane Jensen also fled at extreme speeds, only for the escape to end abruptly when a tire blew out after hitting a nail. The lesson remains the same: the longer the run, the closer the outcome.
Where's the speed?